from now 3 separate locations, 3 separate states, as a matter of fact, here. Hello and welcome. Welcome to Man Hello. Hope I'm coming through all right. Apologies if the stream randomly stops here. I am on hotel Wi-Fi, but this is Total Spotfest. I am JJ. That is Jamie. Down there is a travel-weary Austin Reddick. How are you boys doing this evening? We heard a little bit about Austin's travels back from Philly. We won't bore you with the whole story, but it's a doozy. Let me just put it that way.
Yeah, had a epic adventure getting home from Philadelphia on Sunday, but had a great time in Philly. Discovered the greatest dive bar I have ever been to. Apparently,
Ooh.
it is one of 2 bars in Philadelphia where you can still smoke cigarettes. And I don't smoke cigarettes. I appreciate that in most public spaces you can't, but there are 2 places that I just enjoy the smell of cigarettes at: dive bars and bowling alleys. And this dive bar, you walk in, it smelled like middle-class guys had been smoking in there for like 4 decades.
That's awesome.
It was cash only, and they only had domestics and wells. Like if you wanted whiskey, your choice was Jack Daniels or something in a plastic bottle. They had a food menu on the wall, and it wasn't really a menu. It was just a sign that literally said hamburger and a price, hot dog and a price. It was, and on top of all that, we struck up a conversation with a middle-aged guy next to us named Tom, who had been going there for decades, and gave us the lore of the entire bar. It was absolutely exquisite.
Glorious. So you guys are buying a house very nearby that bar is what I'm hearing.
That's the area we're looking at. It's called Bob's Tavern, and I plan on being a regular there.
That's awesome.
That's cool.
I went and saw Bert Kreischer, gentlemen.
Oh,
nice.
Machine. How's that?
Yeah, awesome. Like literally, when I'm sitting there, like I've watched a couple of his shows, like so I get an idea of who he is. But then like actually seeing him live when it's not like a recording, he literally is like just a way funnier version of me. Like he's just all over the place. Just like he tells way better stories, but like his mannerisms and just everything's like that. I identify with you like in almost every way, shape, or form, but you are 10 times funnier than I could ever think about.
Jamie's spirit animals, Bert Kreischer. So I've been enjoying the Phoenix warmth, even though I'm down here for work, doing work things. And everyone's like, "Oh, you're gonna stay down there?" It's like, no, because this is nice. Phoenix in December, cool. I am not gonna do 120 whatever the hell degrees for like 8 months.
Yeah, Phoenix in July is a different story.
F that. No, but
I've been to Phoenix in July.
Oh, no. It's a dry, no, go F yourself. It's 120.
It's real dry. Heat's real, man. I didn't sweat. I just felt my skin cooking.
It's a convection oven is a convection oven. So I do actually, I am happy. So, it's been real busy, real hectic this week here. We're going to get on with the wrestling so I can get some sleep because I got to be up at 5 in the morning. But tomorrow I actually do get to, after we're done with work, I get to connect with one of my old college buddies who I haven't seen like in 12 years. He lives down here. He's a lawyer. His office is like a mile away from where my company's office is. So we're gonna get a couple happy hour drinks, and it'd be nice to reconnect with my buds. So. This is your first time listening to us. We generally do this every Wednesday. With the holidays coming up here, we're going to give you an update at the end of the show. We've got holiday schedules because of when New Year's and Christmas is falling this year. So it's going to be a little wonky over the next couple weeks. But thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. We appreciate you guys giving us some of your time. If it's your first time here, please hit the subscribe button down below. Give us a big thumbs up while you're down there. Hit the little bell icon so you know when we go live. And you can follow us on them internets at Total Spotfest. Okay, so if there's anything this dais loves more than anything else in the world, okay, it's wrestling. And the only way to make wrestling apparently better is to give you 3 hours in the middle of the week. Yay.
Yeah.
It was 3 good hours. I'm going to give them that,
It was 3 very good hours. You know, if they're going to give me 3 hours of Dynamite / Collision Holiday Bash, make 60% of it the Continental Classic, and they sure did.
They did that, and they progressed all their storylines. That's all I asked for.
Progressed a lot of storylines, did a lot of build for World's End, because the technical go-home Dynamite is happening this weekend. They're getting wonky around the holidays as well, too, because a week from Saturday is World's End, so they had to kind of get at least your main picture shored up, okay? So, now, to Austin's point, there was a lot of Continental Classic in this 3-hour set. So it begun with Jon Moxley and Roderick Strong, who I feel like we see this like every year in the Continental Classic. Stop me if I'm wrong.
Sounds about right.
I mean, still obligatorily good match. I mean, every time they go together, Roddy does Roddy things, Moxley does Moxley things, and you know it was an English crowd there in Manchester tonight, and I think this is a very fitting way to start a Manchester show. I don't know about you guys, but I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I loved starting the show with Roddy and Mox already in the ring and the crowd hot as hell, ready for the action to start.
Yeah,
that was a nice change up, and not that I remember them all vividly or explicitly, but to me, this seemed like the best Roddy versus Mox match I've seen. This thing was outstanding from start to finish.
That's put it nicely, dude. Like it was. So Mox is. So I want to give Mox all the flowers I ever can at any given time, because he's been doing the Lord's work lately, like really elevating all the other talent, like and what he did for Roddy is just I mean, Roddy's great. We all know how great Roddy is in the ring, but then for having such a great dance partner in Moxley to just make magic, and the thing is, Mox can make magic with anybody, dude. It's awesome.
Yeah,
so awesome.
Not so far as giving him a win. I mean, Moxley still got the win, but
well, duh.
Yeah. I mean, right, still sitting there pointless. Fair disclosure as well. I there's big chunks of this show that I just didn't see. Again, hotel Wi-Fi. I'm in the middle of doing work stuff, so apologies. So there was an Eddie Kingston promo that happened. I have no idea what was said though. So I'll let Austin let us know if that was it any good.
Yeah, I mean, it was as good as an Eddie Kingston promo always is. Eddie's a talker. He's good at cutting an impassioned promo. Cliff Notes version, he admits when he loses, Samoa Joe beat him, but he's back up on his feet and he's not going anywhere. And maybe someone wants to fight him on Collision this Saturday. So nice tight 60 seconds of Eddie, and we're on to the next segment.
Yeah. So there you go. What more do you need? Now, my personal favorite match of the night, no surprise, is your Don Callis family versus the Full Elite. This had Yosoi Hechicero. It had the continuance of the Konosuke Takeshita and Kazuchika Okada headbutting. I mean, the Young Bucks back in their glory, because oh my God, they were. Oh, dude, this match was just, and of course, you look at who's in the match. You're like, of course that's going to be a banger match. But, you eat your favorite dish all the time. Does that mean you don't look forward to eating it again when you get a chance? No. That's what this was. It's just, hey, JJ, here's your lasagna again. Fantastic. Call me Garfield. Let's go.
This got pay-per-view time for a TV match.
It did. I was going to say the same thing.
It was long, and not in a, oh man, that was long kind of way. Like, it got way more time than I expected, and I mean, it delivered all the way throughout. But this match wrapped up. We're like an hour into Dynamite, and we've seen 2 matches in Eddie Kingston promo.
That was it. I mean, for a 3-hour show, my notes, and I know I didn't actually see all the show because I had some internet issues, but it was surprisingly light on my notes, right? We know that Takeshita and Okada are, let's be real, they're earmarked to meet somewhere along in the finals at World's End, right? Whether it's a semi, we know this is bound to happen, right? But it was nice to kind of continue that on there because you don't really have a spot for the Elite or Kenny at World's End. So maybe they're not even going to be on the promo. Oh, they'll be on the pay-per-view, but who knows?
Probably against some other trio of Don Callis family folk. Seems likely.
JJ, you were talking over me earlier, so just keep going, bud.
Oh, I totally missed. I didn't know I was talking over you. I'm sorry, man.
No, you're fine. You're fine. I can be an asshole when I want to. No. So there's definitely going to be something there. Hechicero, he's got to be on that pay-per-view. Like, if he's on the pay-per-view, I feel like it's just blasphemous. I am starting to really think we are not going to get the final that we all expected, and I am here for it. I kind of think we're not going to get the Takeshita versus Okada finale like we all expect.
Why do you
I think we are.
Have you seen how this thing's been going?
Yeah.
Everybody's losing to everybody. I just have this feeling like he's going to tease like it's going to happen, but it's not going to happen. And then he's just going to keep pushing it, and then it's going to be Revolution, which is fine.
See, I think you're looking too hard into it. I think everyone's beating everyone to make it seem less obvious that we're going to get exactly what we're predicting and should get is an Okada Takeshita final.
Right. Because I mean, what would be the final then, Jamie?
I really don't know. And that's the beauty of this thing right now. I mean, I think Okada has to be in there, but I just feel like something's going to happen with Takeshita. I don't know.
Do you think, okay, how about this? Do you think maybe Okada cost Takeshita being in the final to prevent him from being there, to prevent this, which will then continue the feud?
He can't interfere.
That's a good point. It is Continental, so okay.
Yeah.
So you've been building up to Takeshita and Okada for months now.
Long time.
You put them in the C2 as expected in opposite brackets with the very telegraphed possibility that they could be in the finals, and you're not going to do that. Sounds like a really bad idea.
I think it sounds like an awesome idea.
How?
Your long-term storytelling is because here's the thing: the C2 should never be telegraphed. It should never be telegraphed. It should not be. Oh, Okada's in; he's gonna win, right? Even though that's what happened last year. But it's one of those things. Like, it should never be that telegraphed. Like, why are we even having the C2 if we already know how the final's gonna go? I just think Sports Illustrated Booker of the Year Tony Khan has a trick up his sleeve here, and I just want to hope, because I think it would be the ultimate troll move and it would keep us all wanting, and then the pay-per-view buys for Revolution will be that much more just because we're finally getting it.
I don't think you could be any more hype for Okada versus Takeshita in the future than you would be for them in the finals of the C2.
Exactly.
Not to mention, it probably gets run back at Revolution. Because you get to the finals of C2, Takeshita goes over and Okada says, you know what, we both wrestled other guys that night. Let's do this, a rematch in a straight up singles where we're not wrestling our second. And I think people are just as hyped for the repeat. But this year's C2 is a storytelling device to get us to Okada and Takeshita. And the C2 doesn't always have to be that, but this year it very much is.
And remember,
I just have a hunch.
okay, you also have one half of the unified titles being put up here where the other half is not. So that means the third belt is going to be this title drives me
Revolution.
insane. Exactly. That's what I'm trying to get at. But it's just like me explaining it even just boils my blood more about what they have done or not. It just, but you give the belt to Keshta. You got to reunify them at some point in time to use the unified title again. So that's why you can run it back. And you got to have if you're wanting what you've been wanting for months now, Jamie, over a year, if I remember correctly, the whole Takeshita go face bit, right? You gotta have something to push that over. And if you don't have this, you're just stuck in neutral on this whole bit for another 3 months. I mean, yes, long-term storytelling, but how long?
And here's the cherry on the top of the we've got to convince Jamie his idea is bad and we need this final in the C2 Sunday.
I don't think we're gonna win that fight.
They make sure to remind us at least bi-monthly or semi-monthly that Okada is the greatest tournament wrestler of all time. Takeshita needs to beat him in the finals of a tournament, or that's just kind of pointless.
Yeah. Well, gentlemen, 60% of the time, I am right every time.
That's just not this time.
That's meant to be a segue for the next segment, is what he's trying to get at here. You know, trust me, I've known JB a while. Okay, so you do have a contract signing for the main event at World's End. Shocker! It's going to be a triple threat match, and you got Samoa Joe, Hangman Adam Page, and Swerve Strickland. Okay, I think we all pretty much telegraphed that, to the point. Right? And they come out, and they all do very typical promos on each other. Good heat between. It's a good healthy heat that you put between Hanger and Swerve. That was, for the moment, my highlight of this. For sure, because you guys know my penchant for what this long-term arc is for AEW. And Tony Khan hasn't forgotten that. God bless his soul. But that's not the story of the night. No. Blackout. We got Aleister Black? No. MJF. Here he comes. The crowd is hyped for it. Struts his ass to the ring. Goes right past everybody. Grabs his little metal folder, cashes in his contract, and as somebody might have hinted at potentially on this show, not 100% sure about that, he is in the main event. It's now a 4-way.
It's excellence, boys.
Just to be clear, Jamie said last week it was going to be a 3-way with Samoa Joe, Hanger, and MJF.
He did.
Yeah.
I said it was going to be through Samoa Joe, Hanger, and Swerve, which are 75% of this match. So I was 75% right, and as admitted earlier, Jamie is only right 60% of the time. So I just wanted to do a little math and point out that I was slightly more right than you on this one.
Well,
only slightly.
60% of the time, I'm always right. But on this one, I was 75% right. So if you add those two together, that's 135% right.
You had the opportunity last week to say that Swerve would be in there too, but you didn't. So that deducts another 55%, and I still beat you by 5. Don't check the math on that.
Wow. Who needs Steiner math? We got
let's
Spotfest
get
math.
a Steiner in here to check the math.
Saying I called that shit, and I was 100% accurate on MJF being a part of this match.
About
but
that
I was
part
also
of it, I'll give you.
Wrong on a piece of that too.
Indeed. So, yeah, because you did not think it was going to be a triple threat going into MJF, and I was still of the ilk that MJF reveal wouldn't happen until the pay-per-view, right? But hindsight, that was misguided because one of Tony's stipulations he put on him is that he couldn't surprise cash in. He had to cash in ahead of time. And I totally forgot about that a little bit. So shame on me. Kudos to you. But yeah, four-way at World's End. What do you guys think about this? I mean, obviously, or is it obvious? The belt's coming off of Joe, right? Is it coming off Joe, and if it is, who's it going to? Initial thoughts, not your final pick. We got time for those.
My initial thoughts are maybe and anybody.
Oh, Jesus
and that's
Christ,
what I love
man.
about
That's
this.
not an answer. That is not an answer, Austin. Come on.
Switzerland of you.
You ask initial thoughts. You ask initial thoughts. But the bigger point is the AEW Men's World Championship seems like a bigger deal than it has been since Hanger won it at All In.
True.
You've got 4 guys, all of who legitimately could walk out there with that title at World's End. And it just felt different than the title picture has seemed for a while. If I had to put some odds right out the gate, I would say MJF probably wins, although that's not who I'd like to see it on. But it could go literally any way. This is going to be the hardest match to pick on pay-per-view.
All right. Jamie, be less Swiss. Come on, man.
I want to believe that Joe's dropping the belt, but then there's this piece of my brain that just gnawing at me. It's like, there's no way in hell they're only going to let Samoa Joe hold the belt for 1 month. You know?
Okay.
There's just that piece. It's like, no, they're not going to do that. Like, they wouldn't do that to Joe. And for that reason alone, I am thinking that Joe's going to retain in some way, shape, or form. But I don't know. I really don't know. I am perplexed. I think MJF makes the most sense here. But Joe deserves a longer title run than 1 month.
Okay. Well, I'm with you on a lot of that, except I absolutely believe he's dropping the belt 100%, and it's going to be MJF. Joe is a palate cleanser. A man who does not need the belt, right? But needed to reset the picture of the title picture, okay? Clear some things up, shake some things up for a little bit, and then boom, here comes MJF. Now we got our key players in play, right? Going into the new year, Swerve MJF, Hanger, right? You want to move Okada in there, you want to move Omega in there, cool, you can, right? But I think they could definitely take it off of Joe after one pay-per-view. All right. So we did
find out in 10 days.
We will find out. So we did find out some women's title matches scheduled for the World's End pay-per-view. One of them we found out after the first women's match of the night. 8 women tag match with Toni Storm, Mina Shirakawa, and the Babes of Wrath. I'm using their damn stupid ass tag team names. Are you boys happy or what?
I am.
Address the champions appropriately.
Your AEW Women's Tag Team Champions going up against Mercedes Moné, Athena, my brain just froze there for a second. Sorry.
Megan Bayne and
Marina Shafir.
Marina Shafir. Okay, all right. A good fun match there you had. Your heels ended up winning this, which led to your first, like I made mention of, title match booking for World's End. It's going to be Mercedes and Athena taking on Willow and Harley. Do you think they're going to drop the belts this soon? I think there's not a chance in hell. But then again, you got Mercedes on the other side of that equation.
That's why I don't think they're dropping the belts, because Mercedes' story right now is failing in title matches.
Yeah.
And this is another one that she can lose and keep that story running without losing anything. Plus, Willow and Harley it's such a fun story. I don't think they're going to hold them for too long, but I think like 2 weeks is not long enough.
Yeah,
even Billy Gunn got like a 3-week TNT title run.
I agree with you. I think there's no way that they're dropping them, especially with everything going on with Mercedes, just losing one of her one belts, and spoiler, there's a good chance she could be losing another one on Saturday with her open challenge. So we'll see who answers that.
The cat's answer.
Cat. Yeah. So no, I think that makes a little bit more sense for them to retain. I just don't know who's next. Maybe they can heat up the Sisters of Sin, somebody like that, you know, to be the next ones, or Megan Bayne and Marie Shafir again, because they didn't actually go for it. So that'd be a good one to go next. But no, Willow and Harley have my heart. I want them to be the forever champions.
Well, but we know it's not going to happen, and I think that we've all come to the conclusion, and it's a good thing that these belts are going to move, you know, which is going to be good for the women in the women's division, and it's going to be good for TV, and it's going to be good for the belts. And I think that logically, if you look at the path of things here, because they are definitely making the play for Tekla to move into your top heel spot in the near future, not the immediate future. Talk about that in a second, but in the near future. And I think the Sisters of Sin definitely make a lot of sense. Give them the belt, right? I mean, Julia's been a champion before, right? So it's and you can shuffle them around to give whoever you need to get a lift, give them the belt, right? So it is that time of year, boys, and it's a little bittersweet on some regard that we do have the Dynamite Diamond Battle Royal with a 0% chance of MJF retaining his diamond ring.
There will be a new one.
As there should be.
I agree.
See, if you go back in time and watch some of our previous discussions on this match over the years, right? I was very adamant against him winning number 2, number 3, and so on and so forth, to the point where I talked myself past it. And now it's such a part of his gimmick. I feel a little saddened that you don't just continue to have him win it every year. But such is life. I know Austin's sick of it.
He's got to outgrow it at some point. Yeah, he's got to outgrow it at some point, and this is it. Yes. Because otherwise, why have it?
Tell me
it's
I'm
all
wrong.
Right. I think it's just going to get passed on to another insufferable heel. And I mean that in a good way. It's like a heel should be.
True.
100%.
I mean, because the way it ends, you got getting down to the end, you have Bandito doing some crazy eliminations, and here slides in Ricochet, who was never eliminated, to be the final 2. So, yeah. And when you think about it, putting that ring on Ricochet, because we all know that's what's going to happen, right? You know, putting that ring on Ricochet fits him pretty damn well also. So I'm good with that.
It's a great thing. It's kind of like the national title thing. Like, it's a great way to just keep things happening to Ricochet if you're not going to put him in a major title picture. I do got to ask, is it just me, or do battle royals that end with 2 people just unfulfilling to some degree?
Yes.
Like, it's just weird.
The only time it's not weird and I know TNA used to do a battle royal like this. I want to say, Jamie, that they did this in WCW as well too, but where they'd get to the final two and they'd go immediately into a match between those two.
That works. That works.
That makes the most sense. I hate how, oh, you made it. Congratulations. Next week, they're going to wrestle. Do it now.
Yeah. They're there.
Do it
They're
now.
there. They're in their gear. Let's go. But no, we got edged. We'll get it next week. Okay? Or this weekend. Or whatever. Okay? Soon. So that ended your Dynamite portion of the show. Okay?
Yeah.
Super long trios match. An 8-woman tag match. And a battle royal. So you had 4 matches and not a lot of talking to go along with it too. So to be fair, pretty
It was
old
packed.
school. Yeah, an old school packed Dynamite. And then we get into the Collision part of the night. Sorry, my brain stopped for a second there. So you begin with a little Mox promo, and then we go into more Continental Classic with Orange Cassidy versus Mascara Dorada.
Amazing match.
It was so much fun. It was so much fun. I mean,
Yeah.
And Mascara played off. I mean, Orange was doing all of Mascara's moves in his slow-mo. like the whole like rope jump thing in slow-mo
That popped me so hard. I thought of you instantly when I saw it.
I was in the middle of like practicing my whole like presentation thing with a couple of my buddies. I had to stop them because I had to pay attention to that because that was amazing. Oh my god. Orange gets the victory though. Moving forward. And then you get your second women's match of the evening and a little word about more stuff going on at World's End. So Jamie Hayter taking on Isla Dawn. Isla?
I think it's Isla.
I always
Isla.
butcher. I don't. I'm
It's like Island, just with the without
Okay.
the ND.
Isla Dawn. And they let you know that Jamie Hayter is the one who's challenging Chris Statlander at World's End. Okay?
Yeah.
Very fun match. Two very well, matched up women too. Like they fit each other's styles very good. Okay? I know it's England, homeland, Jamie gets a pop, but do you feel like Jamie's starting to get back over to the point where she was pre-injury, pre-Scooby-Doo Mean Machine?
No.
Unfortunately, I don't either. And I really wanted to say yes. I do like that she's getting a little bit of rub, getting a title shot at a pay-per-view and everything, but it all feels like filler because, of course, out comes Sisters of Sin and Tekla, Triangle of Madness. They beat the living piss out of her. Statlander comes out too, whatever. But it all just feels like filler until they get to the actual feud, which is Tekla taking the belt off of Statlander.
Yeah, you could tell during the post-match stuff when Hayter accidentally hit Statlander and then just kind of shrugged it off, which was like that was fine character work. But the crowd really wasn't reacting strongly to her, even though she's in her hometown. Now, when she finally picked up the title, they did cheer, but Jamie Hayter pre-injury 2 years ago, or whatever it was, that place has been losing their shit for all that. And I think it's got a lot to do with how they booked her since she's returned. She just hasn't really done anything important in the last, she's been back 7 months now?
Right.
Yeah. Over 7 months. Well, the second stint. You're right.
Second stint over because she came back at at the All
Revolution,
Out
I think it
London.
was.
Revolution.
Well, initially it was All Out London. She came back. Then she was only back for 4 months, and she got hurt again.
Oh, that's right.
And then
Yeah.
I mean, okay. Do you think it's how they booked her, Jamie, or do you think it's in part and parcel, she's just not getting over with her new gimmick, with her new, like, I feel like that's got something to do with it. I genuinely do.
I want to start this conversation off with first. I love Jamie Hayter. I think she is a phenomenal wrestler, but this ain't it. Like the Flower Child thing, I mean, it looks cool, it's different, but it just isn't resonating with the younger crowd. I think that's the big thing. The younger crowd just isn't getting it. Before, she was a brawler who looked pretty, and that's all they cared about. And now she's trying to do this other stuff, and it's like, hey, like, look at these other ones that are like did exactly what you did, and they're more over than you, even though you are 10 times the wrestler they are. So I don't know. I think a shift needs to happen with her. I don't know if it's necessarily turning heel, but something needs to change. I just don't know what it is to get her back to where she was, and I honestly don't know if she will because of all the star power that this women's division has now. Back then, there wasn't a whole lot of star power. Now, like, you got Sports Illustrated Female Wrestler of the Year, Mercedes Moné. I'm gonna keep throwing that shit out there because
everything's Sports Illustrated there. James over here living like he's got magazine subscriptions coming in the mail.
I got my football phone.
Hell yeah, the football phone was the best. I mean, what do you do with her, Austin? I mean, is it a matter of fact that when she was before, she was because she was self-made, really. I know she'd been on the indies, she'd been over in Japan, but as far as AEW goes, she went from being just Britt Baker's sidekick to being the star of the fucking show. Not just the women's division, the fucking show, right? Is it, like Jamie said, is it just there's a ceiling to her now because of what else is there? Or is there a way to for lack of a better term, fix Jamie Hayter? I hate to use that, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I think there's definitely a ceiling there for Jamie Hayter. There's also a very high floor with Jamie Hayter. So, like, to answer the question, what do you do with her? Whatever you need. Like, she's one of those people that'll be around, can fill in anywhere, kind of like a Josh Alexander in the men's division. Okay. Like, he's never really getting a big-time title run, but throw him in there with anybody, the match is going to be good. And those are people you want on your roster. Kind of to Jamie's point, when Jamie Hayter first got super over, she was different from what they had in the women's division.
So
good. She wrestled a little bit more hard hitting. She was just very good in the ring, and you did have good women in the ring, but not nearly as many as you have now. And now you've got a lot of good women's wrestling, and you've got a lot of other more interesting characters. And I don't think Jamie Hayter is going to be interesting again unless they do something drastically different. She may be the other half of Chris Statlander. Phenomenal in the ring, but something's just kind of missing where I don't think they're ever going to be a top-level star.
Okay. Well, she is getting a title shot at World's End, so that is good on them there. And then your main event, of course, is going to be the Bang Bang Gang, who I think they've totally abandoned Bullet Club Gold naming convention, whatever. The Bang Bang Gang.
I think we missed something along the way.
I'm sure we did because, I
don't remember. Unless I'm just losing it. Did we not discuss Kyle Fletcher and Pac?
We did not discuss Kyle Fletcher and Pac.
Which was
the match of the night.
I missed that match completely because for some reason, and I need to switch my HBO Max off of being bundled with Amazon Prime. I literally could only see a half of all this show, because it's the stupidest thing. I'm bitching about this on the internet because I can. For the last 3 or 4 weeks, Dynamite has ended 30, 40 minutes before its scheduled end time, not its total run time. I've had to go to places on the internet to find the rest of it, And tonight I didn't do that. Yeah, I don't know why. Because you say on regular Max it doesn't do that, but on the Max portal through Amazon Prime, it does. So I 100% missed that match. So I'll let you boys tell me about how good it was and make me more pissed off that I didn't get to see it.
It was outstanding, but it's blowing my mind that for the third week in a row, Kyle Fletcher went out there and had one of the best damn wrestling matches I've seen, and I still enjoyed the Jon Moxley match more.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And objectively, if you were doing star ratings, Kyle Fletcher and Pac was a better match. Kyle Fletcher's been a better match every week. I just enjoyed the Mox match more every week. But this match was even beyond what you would expect Kyle Fletcher and Pac to be.
Oh. All right, I'll find that and rewatch that this weekend for sure. Who won, Jamie?
And
Pac.
Yeah.
Oh.
They had all the hometown boys win, pretty much. At least on this one. Their spoilers already out for the next one because they filmed them back to back. But FYI.
Yeah, I did see a spoiler on the Mercedes match.
Yeah. I haven't seen any spoilers yet, but the C2 this year in general, I mean, again, as we established earlier, but Jamie doesn't agree, it is just a storytelling device to get us to a Khan Takeshita. But hot damn, the road to get there has been outstanding. At any given match in the tournament, you have no idea who's actually going to win. And it's wild.
Last week's Collision, you had the first tie of the tournament between, not a shocker here, but Takeshita and Claudio. Okay. Yeah, I mean, Fletcher's now lost 2 straight, though.
And he beat Okada. I think this is the best pool stage of the C2 they've done yet. I mean, granted, it's only 3 years old now, but this has felt like a tournament.
Yeah, anybody can win at any given time.
The fact that we're even debating this, even though it's very inevitable, I agree with you, Austin, but the fact we're even debating the possibilities of this, I think speak to that, because you look at it initially and you're like, that's boop, that's going to be those 2 guys for sure, but they're keeping it open, okay? All right, did I miss anything else before the main?
No, that was the only thing.
That was the only thing you missed. It is a doozy, but it's okay.
I know, of all the things to miss. Fucking Kyle Fletcher. God damn it. All right, look. We did get to see the Bang Bang Gang going up against FTR for those World Tag Team titles, and I will forever profess my love for one Mr. Bearded Juice Robinson. God bless that man. God bless him every Christmas Eve. Let me just put it that way. Oh. They had no shot of winning tonight. Not a chance in hell. But
They made you believe a few times, though.
They did. And, the cobbled together. Where is Ace Austin at? Is he injured too?
No, he was in the Diamond Battle Royal.
Yeah.
Oh, I must have missed him in that. Again, I apologize. I was not full attendance.
It was Mark Davis, if you're wondering. He was in that too. That's what he's up to these days.
I was not wondering.
There was a time during the Battle Royal where he was crouched down on the far side of the ring. Like early on, they cleared everyone out without actually eliminating him. And it took me a good 45 seconds of wait, who is that guy? And then he said oh, Mark Davis. He's still around.
Yeah, Mark Davis. Yeah, Mark Davis made it.
They still make you?
Couldn't have Black Toru, Beast Mortos or any Roosh or anybody in there?
No, but Mark Davis. Mark Davis is a solid wrestler. I mean, I love how he's become the butt of everyone's jokes because he's really a fan. He's really a good wrestler. I mean, he doesn't have any personality, but he doesn't really need to because he's a henchman. So whatever.
It's wild that he surpassed Lance Archer in the that guy's still here category.
Lance, okay. All right. Well, we're not gonna get
the extended Don Callis family.
Oh my god. Well, there are spoilers out there, like I said. So this weekend they're doing the rest of these shows, and then a week from Saturday is going to be World's End. Right now, we know we're going to have the Continental League finals and finals, as well as some title matches that we got out there. Got the men's title match, women's title match, the women's tag team match. So more stuff will probably be announced within the next few days. You know, I imagine as they do the final tape Dynamite Collision, and then they might just save some stuff for announcements going up, you know, through the Christmas holiday. But World's End's already shaping up to be a pretty fucking fun way to end the year. I mean, this is the pay-per-view company, so what better way? Okay.
Yeah, they've only announced 6 matches. That's it. I just double checked it.
Yep.
That's it.
Well,
And 2 of them are 3 of them are C2.
3 of them are the C2 matches. So, yeah.
Those things are gonna be long ass matches. I mean, they already got 20-minute time limits except for the final.
True.
No, I think the semis get 30 minutes.
Do they get 30? Okay.
I think they did last year. Yeah.
Okay.
Hold on to your butts.
For Takeshita versus Okada. All right, moving outside AEW world. We talked about this last week. It was the final in-ring appearance of one Mr. John Cena. I love all the nods that were done to him. None of them were better than Google's, though. Did you guys see that?
I didn't see the Google one.
So on last Saturday, if you were to go into Google and type in John Cena, just John Cena, hit search. You get your search results, your images, and then you'd have a hand show up, a severed hand on the screen, and do this, and all the pictures would go away.
Hell yeah. That's awesome.
That should still be a thing no matter what.
That absolutely should. But it was, somebody told me about it, I go, no fucking way. And I go, oh my God, that's amazing.
Oh, it is there. It is there.
Oh, it's still doing
it's a
it?
Button now.
Oh, it's a button.
It's a button.
Okay.
It lights up the screen. That shit is wild.
Okay, so they kept it. Good on Google for keeping it. But yeah, it was just initially you put it in there and just went boop, 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 and it'd go away. And then they come back after a few seconds.
That is great.
Oh,
that makes my heart happy a little bit.
yeah. And of course, we talked ad nauseum last week. You want to check out what we really going into the match. You can go look at do there. But he did. I mean, no surprise. He put over his opponent on his way out. Right, submission loss to Gunther. Again, Austin's eyes are his blood's boiling a little bit because it didn't need to be Gunther. I know. Okay.
Yeah. Did either of you gentlemen get a chance to watch this?
I haven't yet.
I watched the post show like late, but I didn't get to actually watch the match.
I caught a couple highlights before I flew out on Sunday, but I haven't had a chance. I haven't got to it.
I will take it upon myself to enlighten everybody about WWE presents. We're gonna milk the shit out of the retiring of John Cena on Peacock TV, and the facial hair is coming back, and there is enough power in the stash now to drop some actual knowledge on those that might try and defend this bullshit. So let's get into it.
All right. I don't have my bumper. I'm sorry. Just keep going.
That's all right. As I was very vocal about last week, it just shouldn't have been Gunther in the first place. Gunther didn't need it. Gunther's not getting anything that's going forward. And if you have here's some pro wrestling knowledge from for everyone out there, from someone that has been in the ring. If you have your heel beat the baby face and the crowd immediately starts booing the guy that writes the show, you fucked up. And that's exactly what happened after this. Gunther, I'm sure everyone that has the internet has seen Gunther or Cena smiling while he taps out. This seemed so hard, like someone in the writer room was like, what if John Cena taps out? That's never happened before. It did, but it was 20 years ago, so they have the memory of a goldfish over there. But
It is true.
That was their only idea, and they were going to do that no matter what, without a second thought, or someone else in the writing room being like, hey, what if we don't? So the old adage in pro wrestling is go out on your back. And I would like to elaborate on why and when that was a thing.
Okay.
Back in the day, you went out on your back because you were leaving one territory and going to another territory. It was your way of doing business on the way out before you went to go make money somewhere else and build up another guy for that company to take that on. That does not work when the guy going out on his back has been losing for like the last 5 years and is also very vocally leaving. We've known since the beginning of the year this was the end of John Cena. This was not Gunther showing up and saying, fight me at Saturday Night Live, and if you lose, you leave. Like, this was just the last date on a well-established year-long calendar. And to have John Cena, Mr. Never Give Up, tap out to a guy that doesn't need the rub because he was a world champion like 6 months ago, 9 months ago, whenever it was, again, is reflected in the fact that as soon as the match ended, the locker room pours out, and as soon as Triple H goes to get in the ring, the crowd just starts booing the ever-loving shit out of him. Which that was my highlight of the night, by the way, of a pretty mediocre WWE show. But this was so much the wrong move. Again, throw Orton out there, throw AJ Styles out there. Let us see John Cena kick out of something, hit an AA and STF one last time, salute the crowd, and ride off into the sunset. We watched him job to The Undertaker in like 4 minutes at WrestleMania. We've seen him put a ton of people over the last few years. Give us the retirement of John Cena we deserve, not the, hey, we're WWE, so we're just going to milk the hell out of this for viral moments and then never mention John Cena again going forward, which is basically what we got on Saturday.
Yeah.
I mean, it's funny, too, because John Cena literally said, in 5 months, you won't remember me. And I felt like Triple H is like, bet, make that 2 months. Like, the fact that the fans during the scrum were chanting AEW, which props to them. But also, like, I have never been a card-carrying member of the C Nation. I have always been like, he is one of the reasons I left WWE in the first place. Just because of his shtick. But I still respect the hell out of what he did and what he means to this business. But it wasn't my cup of tea, and that's kind of why I've gravitated towards AEW even more, just because of that. But you do what's right for what he has done for all of wrestling.
Yep.
You don't. If you're gonna have him lose, you have him lose to some Obafemi. You have him lose to some up and comer who absolutely Austin Theory. You know, give
Dominic
a rub.
Mysterio, who he did lose to.
Give a rub, but he had to be on a massive heater going into that. The fact that, like, in his retirement tour, I think he's won 4 matches out of the entire thing, and he's like lost, I think, 11. It doesn't have the impact. It really doesn't.
And again,
Like,
if you wanted to give Gunther a huge rub out of this, you should have never gave him the damn title at WrestleMania, had Gunther as champion coming into this, and this being Cena's last chance to get number 17, and then Gunther choking him unconscious. That's actual heat. That's not, let's boo the guy who wrote this because this is so bad heat.
I mean, WWE's had a terrible year. JJ,
I
what
think-
are your thoughts on that?
I think that, you know, the root of the symptom of it all is kind of poking through more and more, and fans are starting to slowly rebel here and there. And yes, I agree with everything you guys said, right? Gunther can eat a loss to Cena because the way you booked Gunther, you can have him just lose and Cena goes out on a high note. Happy, everybody's happy, fine, right? You know, or you do the right thing, which is to put him over. Obafemi, Austin Theory, Dominic Mysterio. If you're going to do the old school, like Austin talked about, the out on your back sort of thing, put somebody over on your way out, right? Do it. do it right? But it's just indicative to me that, and this isn't the first time lately, but the fans are starting to get really fucking fed up with Triple H. And he's been very adamant that this is the system that they use. The system was developed, through the McMahon and then post and then in this PG era, and then TKO is perfectly happy with it because they still print money on everything that they have. Their TV contracts, all their, corporate connections, merch. Who cares? They don't give a shit, right? And so you're not going to see a change. And fans are definitely starting to make more and more noise about it, right? Will that lead to a paradigm shift? I don't know. Probably not as big as the wrestling industry would like to see. And it is what it is. But that's my whole thing, is I think, the indicative part about them booing Triple H, and that's not something that's kind of out, one-off lately with the way that they've been treating them, Jamie.
And dude, he's been doing the whole Tony Khan special announcement thing. He's like, this Monday, a brand new era of wrestling happens. A brand new era. Like, it's literally every Monday. It's the Tony Khan special announcement from, what, 18 months ago?
Oh, they've been actually doing that for a while. Remember when him and Stephanie came out and it was years ago and said, this is a whole new thing. We're listening to the fans. And a week later, like, never mind. No, we're not.
Yeah, no. Who are fans?
They had Stephanie McMahon on the pre-show. Or no, it wasn't the pre-show. It was like the in-between, like, Sports Center desk they now cut to in between shit during a show. Because it's got to look like a real sport, I guess. And I don't think anyone in WWE history has sounded less sincere than current-day Stephanie McMahon does talking about the product.
Oh, yeah.
It sounds like she doesn't really watch or give a shit. She's just there because she's supposed to be. That's the vibes I got out of that.
Support your man. I mean, hell, they. Sorry. I was gonna say I had a good point. I totally lost it there. Just poof, and it's gone. But hey, it is what it is.
Let me ask you this really quick. Let me ask you a quick question. Do y'all think Triple H is entering Eric Bischoff territory, where he had one good idea that got really hot for a while and never came up with anything else good after that?
I don't want to say. I don't think. I wouldn't put it in the same territory. I think that he has become so complacent with where the company wants them to be, that he just doesn't feel like he needs to move his needle at all. He had several good ideas. I mean, look at what he did when he was in NXT, right? Fantastic stuff.
He's trying to prove himself there.
That's his NWO. That's his one good idea. And it was literally just, let's sign all the really good indie workers and let them wrestle on TV. And, like, what good has come since?
I so want to disagree with you just for the fact that it just makes for good content, and I can't. People are going to want to blame TKO. Like, oh, it's watered down since TKO. I beg to differ. I think it's been watered down since Triple H took over everything. Honestly, Shawn Michaels is doing better in NXT than he is, and that's not even that good right now either. I mean, they had a serious botch win for the Women's North American Championship, and, like, they are paying for it because, like, literally Blake Monroe dipped. She was so pissed.
Let's okay. Let's go back and talk about that for a second. Let's dwell on that for a second, because I know we all have thoughts about this whole thing, okay? Okay. Well, Jay basically explained it. Okay. So, a botched win.
For a title.
It was for a title.
For fucking title.
Blake Monroe, let's be completely honest, is not the Mariah May that we knew and loved, right? She's got 0% better in the ring, if not worse in the ring, okay? Flat out gonna say it, 100%, okay? And I'm not the only one who says it too. A lot of people have been saying it. Thea Hale, I love this little Spitfire to death. I think she's hilarious. Like, if you watch any of her social media stuff, she is hilarious as hell, right? You know, and it's such a unique story, you know, what she's been doing. And yes, it was botched, but it was also one of those things, Austin says before, if you go there and it's a 3 count and you do it, you have to follow through with it. And they did. And I think her character showed when instead of being like, well, we'll clean it up in the next couple of weeks, not a big deal, right? You just go, fuck you, I'm out. Peace out, bitches. I'll see y'all whenever I decide to come back, basically. Fuck her.
So I had seen that apparently that was a thing a lot of the talent was doing is after their segment was done, they were getting out because they're on their holiday break or whatever, and they don't have, like, they were taping a bunch to get out. I think it's just a bigger problem with how WB books in general, that something like this is a big problem and not just, well, it happened. Let's see if we can heat the underdog up with the title for a little while.
Yeah.
It's just like when Mox got concussed and he put Rey Fenix over for the international title. They're like, well, Rey Fenix is now your national champion. He's rad. That'll work for a week or two, and then we'll just change it right back. But they can't let anybody that's not their exact handpicked people ever move up. And that's the worst part about this.
So what part do you have issues with, JB? Is it the fact that it was a botched title? The fact that, I mean, Blake, like, where are you at? So I know you're a giant Blake Monroe supporter, been for Mariah May supporter for years, right?
Yeah. It was her fault. It was 100% her fault. I'm not going to blame the ref. Everybody who's trying to blame the ref is completely wrong. The refs there are taught you keep going until they move. She did not move until late. That's on her. She missed it. She did not kick out. Now, the repercussions of this suck because they're trying to get everybody out of there, and they had to, like, basically rewrite a whole bunch of stuff so they can get people out on their break. You know, because, you know, they're doing tapings.
Yeah.
And this just kind of screwed up everybody. So I blame Mariah Blake, you know, and she should own it and move on. Does Thea Hale deserve something like this? Not yet, if you ask me, but it's a nice little baby surprise, if you will. They can make some serious lemonade out of this with her. Because she's already been hitched with Joe Hendry, who should be the next. He should be the one to beat Obafemi, I really believe. Because Obafemi needs to go to the main roster. Jesus, that guy.
Oh, God.
He should win the Royal Rumble.
He should 100% win the Rumble. I'm right there with you.
Look who's booking the Royal Rumble. Jesus Christ. Come on, guys. We just talked about this.
Yeah, I said this about Braun Breaker last year. Every year, just give me someone new and unexpected winning the Royal Rumble.
It's not going to happen. You know it's
not. It's Braun Breaker this year.
They've never done it, and they've been doing the Royal Rumble for 3 decades now, and they've never had a surprise person that you didn't expect win it. And you can maybe say Jey Uso last year, but like they were literally calling him main event Jey Uso.
Yeah. Okay, let's do this here. Let's have a fun little game before we go sign off for the night, okay? When was the last surprise Royal Rumble? You said they've never had a surprise winner of the Royal Rumble. When was the last Royal Rumble that you would deem maybe not a big surprise, but surprising or at least entertaining enough to not be a shock, but be, you know, give you that jolt of surprise? Do we got to go all the way back to 92 and Flair winning the title?
Double elimination. That's it. The end. The double elimination ending.
I would say Vince winning in 99.
Oh, yeah. That was a good one.
That's actually not a bad call right there. Yeah.
I think the double limb was what, 2001?
94, and then again in 2005.
5. That's right. That's right.
Yeah,
And
because
that's
there was
the one where Vince tore his both of his quads. Yeah.
So that was a botch.
That was absolutely a botch.
1990, 94. Brett and Luger go over at the same time, and that was planned. 2005, Cena and Batista tumble and accidentally hit the same time, but Batista was supposed to win anyway. So Vince charges down, tears his quads, is sitting in the corner going, "Start this match back over." It was a classic moment.
That's why I love that one. I think that's what he gets in there
because he tore his quads, both of his quads running down.
He's sitting in the corner with both his legs straight out, and he's so aggressive from the waist up, but his legs are just sitting straight up. It's so funny.
As he's just sitting there.
So if we count the Cena Batista double elimination, we are 20 years on from the last surprising Royal Rumble winner.
Right. And then you got to go back another decade. And there's, because in the early 90s, I felt it was also, we didn't have social media, we didn't have as much, so it was a little bit more mystique to it in general, right? Yeah, but we'll see.
Yep.
Again, we know who's booking this stuff. And all right, so that's what we got for this
Brock
week.
Lesnar guy.
Oh God,
I was about to say the same thing.
Okay, all right. Well, let's steam forward. Okay, we'll get to the Royal Rumble here as the new year turns. But before that happens, we got to talk about 2025 one last time. So next week is Christmas. We're not gonna have a show next week, everybody. Please enjoy your holiday if you celebrate. Even if you don't, just watch Die Hard, okay? Please just watch Die Hard. But we will not be here. Fantastic shirt. I did preset my my advent calendar for the day I get back at my house too. I have a Nakatomi Plaza Hans Gruber advent calendar,
Nice.
Austin. You gotta move down Hans every day, and then it's not Christmas until Hans is on the ground. We are going to actually not be live on the 31st on New Year's Eve, okay? But there will be a show that evening. We're gonna tape a show where we're gonna reveal the winners of the World's End pay-per-view picks. We'll let you know this belt over here, staying where it belongs with Daddy, okay? And we will also
That's rich. You're calling yourself Daddy.
I
You
am
haven't
the
held
champion.
that belt in 18 months, and you're like, I'm Daddy now.
I mean, I am the champion. I am the champion right there, right?
That does not make you Daddy.
I mean, it does. I don't know. I mean, I have the belt right there. I am the champion. I am the man.
I get it.
I am the man. Right? Am I not the champion?
But
right
you're not
now?
Daddy.
Am I not the champion?
You are the champion, but you ain't Daddy.
Oh, I ain't Daddy. I don't know. Daddy says he likes it. We will also have our little year-end show. We always like to do our kind of little year-end roundup here, and sometimes it feels a little rushed. We're trying to plug it in, so we're just doing it as a whole separate show. Okay, we're going to talk about the pay-per-view. We're going to go over all that. We're also going to get to the end of the fantasy football playoffs. Spoiler alert: one of us is out of the playoffs. Second spoiler alert: both Austin and myself had buys last week, so.
I still scored the second most points last week, and I'm eliminated.
That's
again.
That happens to you. That's your MO. I'm sorry, buddy.
I had a bye last week, and I still outscored Jamie.
Yes.
My team's averaging like 180 points a week.
Well, yeah. I had to scramble to pick up another quarterback because Pat Mahomes is not doing me any favors the rest of the season. So I should have benched him weeks ago. But R.I.P. to Chiefs, playoff hopes and Jamie's playoff hopes as well. At least in this league.
Come on, Jeremiah Love. Let's go.
Anyway. That's right. Hey, man. That's what you need to do.
Jamie, you can hop on the Bears bandwagon for the rest of the season.
Bears are flying along, man.
The Bears got Sarah into the second round of the fantasy playoffs, a place you did not qualify for. So
I
like
did
hop
not.
on the
I did
bandwagon.
not. But if I'm gonna pull for somebody, guys, if I am gonna pull for somebody, I'm gonna pull for somebody who has been deemed the best team and they should have won it like multiple years. I should pull for the Bills, right? I'm not. I'm gonna pull for the Patriots. Mike Vrabel, love him, and Drake May. I'm drinking his Kool-Aid.
Okay. Yeah,
So they're gonna lose first round, guys, because I endorse
well,
them.
thank you for that. I do like Vrabel. Vrabel's fantastic coach, man. I'm all on board the Broncos bus, man. I'm gonna pull. I need to pull out my Orange Crush jersey. You know, I still got my Shannon Sharp Orange Crush jersey somewhere in my closet. I'll pull that out.
Hell yeah!
If they make it to the Super Bowl, I will pull out the Shannon Sharp Orange Crush jersey just because I know it'll make Jimmy's eyes bleed.
And that's why you'll never be daddy.
Just saying. All right. We will be back, though. Keep an eye. Like I said, we will have that pre-recorded. We're going to release that on New Year's Eve. And then as 2026 comes around, please be safe. Have a fantastic holiday season. We'll be back with all new shows. We got the Rumble coming up beginning of the year. We're going to have all the fallout from World's End. We've got Wrestle Kingdom to get to. Tons of great wrestling going on. In January, we're going to be at Fountain City Pro on their Thursday night show at the Laugh Factory in North Kansas City over at Zona Rosa. So check that out. Austin's moving halfway across the country. We're going to follow him along on those adventures. That'll be a good time. But no, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Please check out our year-end show. Again, if it's your first time here, we appreciate you guys. Give us a little bit of your evening. Jamie, take us home, man.
All right, first off, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, whatever you're into. You know, enjoy everybody. But if you're not down Total Spotfest, I got 6 words for you. JJ knows who his daddy is.
All right, guys. See you next week.
She's upstairs. Peace.
Later.